Hey everybody, so today I am going to be making it's like an apple cobbler, I guess. I can't remember what they called it, but I found the recipe on Pinterest, and I'm gonna do things a little bit different. Like, they didn't call for brown sugar, but I'm gonna put brown sugar in mine. So let's get started. Ingredients you will need for this video is apples. You can do about 3 or 4 small chopped apples, or about probably like 3 large ones. I actually used 1 large and 2 small, and this is what I came up with. Probably about, I think this is about 2 cups of chopped apples. You'll also need about a ½ cup of brown sugar. I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, 8 tablespoons of butter, melted, and about a cup of cake mix. Now I'm using my pre-made cake mix, not a box, but it's just already pre-made. I don't have the recipe offhand right now. I can make a video with the recipe. You could also use a box. Just take out a cup. You won't need the whole box unless you're going to do more apples. This is just something small that I am doing. You can definitely double the recipe and just add more ingredients. Okay, so I already started on 1 apple, but I just got red apples, and you can use any kind of apples, green, red. I don't think it really matters, but I'm using red. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start peeling the apple. I got a peeler, but you can use a knife, and all you do is you just peel the skin. And excuse the background noise, my husband is playing with our daughter, and my sister-in-law is actually cooking dinner, so you may hear them in the background. Sorry. So it's pretty easy. This is actually one of the smaller apples I had. The other one was a little bit bigger, so. But that's all you do, just peel it off. And then you cut it. I'm using this. You can use a knife. Just like that. And I'm going to get rid of all the seeds too as I chop. Once you have all of your apples chopped up and kind of make sure you have all the seeds out, I'm just going to lightly wash mine off, just to make sure that I get all this extra little stuff off of it, because I want them to be clean whenever I put them in the pot. So I'm going to go ahead and wash these off, and then we'll get to chopping them and adding them into our pan. Once you have all of your apples washed off and ready to cut, you're just going to chop these about this big, about in half, and then you're going to add them to your pan. I have this small little pan, and I put some butter at the bottom. So I'm going to chop my apples, put them in this pan, and then we'll toss them with the cinnamon and brown sugar once we're finished chopping. Once you have all of your apples chopped and into your pan, you're going to take your brown sugar, pour it in, and this is packed, so it's going to be a little hard to get out, so you're just going to, I'm just going to use my hand, but you can definitely use something else. And then I said you'll probably need about 2 tablespoons of sugar. Of cinnamon. I'm not gonna measure it out. I'm just kind of gonna eyeball it. So that's probably about 2 tablespoons right there. Then you're gonna get your hands dirty and you're gonna mix it all up into them apples. Make sure all of the apples are coated. It smells so good, that cinnamon and brown sugar. Try to make sure you get it off the bottom and mix it all up really good. You want all of your apples equally coated. You want to taste it in every bite. And you can do this in a bowl, but I mean, why dirty up another bowl? And you can kind of see these apples. It's normal for them to create their own juices. So it's normal for it to kind of get wetter as you start mixing it up and pressing on it. Alright, so I think that is good. And you're just going to try to get them as even in the bottom of the pan as you can. Kind of layer them up. Just like that. And then I'm going to wash my hands, add the cake mix in the butter. Once your hands are clean, you are going to take your cake mix and pour it as evenly as you can on top of the apples. It's okay to get those little balls of it. They'll start just cooking evenly once you put your butter. And plus that kind of makes the cake more crumbly, so it kind of gives it a good crumbly like texture on top. And just try to even it out on top of the apples as much as you can. Kind of shake it up if you want. And I'm going to get a spoon and kind of press down a little bit. Press down on these on top here. Just make sure that everything is you don't have to do this, and I'm just doing it. Alright, now you are going to take your butter, and I'm actually going to transfer my butter into an easier thing to pour, like something with this little part on it, because I want to be able to pour it out evenly. So I transferred it into here, and I'm just going to do the same thing. Just try to pour it as evenly as you can. Make sure you get them corners. The butter is the most important part. This is what's going to make your cake really nice and brown. So try to get it everywhere you can. And then what you're going to do, kind of the same thing, you're going to kind of pour it around. Make sure you cover all the bases here. Kind of make sure it's all wet. You have to do that. It's completely fine. Alright, and then you're going to put it in the oven. I've got the oven preheated on 350, and I'm going to bake it for about 40 to 50 minutes. I'm going to check on it and see how tender the apples are, and then we'll see if we need to cook a little bit longer. I'll be back. So it just came out of the oven. I baked it for about 50 minutes, and pierced one of the apples with a fork just to kind of see how tender it was. It's pretty tender. The cake mix kind of formed as a cake. Can't wait to try it. It looks delicious. All done. And it's good. It's got a really good taste to it. Eating some of our apple cobbler that I made last night. She likes it. You want some more? Yeah. It's good? I think that means yes. It's a hit.